Hello everyone. In the lesson of today, we are going to discuss the past tenses and their uses. Okay, and we are going to start with past simple. Um, right. First of all, we use past simple to talk about actions that started and finished in the past. Now, this is a very um, easy way to use it. Yes. Then we can use past simple to talk about past habits and routines. In this case, it's very similar to present simple. I use present simple for present habits, past simple for past habits and routines. Yeah. Okay. Going on, we also use it for a series of completed actions. When we talk about this, I mean in narratives. When you're telling a story, yes, um, and one action takes place after another action, like in this example, yes, I finished work at 5, went to my favorite cafe, and spent an hour just watching the world go by. So in this case, yes, first I finished, then I went, then I spent. Yeah, all the actions are completed, and the sentence shows which action happened next. Yeah. And last but not least, duration, which starts and stops in the past. And here is where you can use for. Okay, but um, unlike for with present perfect, when you use for with past perfect, it means that the action doesn't happen anymore. It's no longer going on. Yeah, if I say I lived in Spain for 2 years, it means that right now I don't live there. Okay, so I lived for 2 years at a point in the past. All right, we move on, yes, to past continuous, also called progressive. Remember that with continuous tenses, we only use action verbs. Yeah. Okay. The uses of this tense. First of all, we use it to talk about a long past action interrupted by a short one. The short one is going to be in past simple. Yeah. And here's where we use while or when. Remember that with this use, while is used before the continuous tense. Yeah. While I was jogging, it started raining. And when is used before the simple tense. So if I want to use when in this sentence here, in the first sentence, I would have to say I was jogging when it started raining. Yeah, if I don't want to use while. Or I can use while like this. Another use would be for two actions happening at the same time, obviously in the past. Yes, here is where the connector is always while. Yes, we're talking about two continuous actions. While Sarah was speaking to Fred, Peter was trying to get her attention. Yeah, both actions were happening at the same time. In narratives, we use past continuous to describe the atmosphere or the scene or the situation before a main action. Yes, whenever you want to describe the atmosphere in a scene, you use this tense, okay? Like in the example given. And the last use here is with the adverbs always or constantly to show annoyance or irritation. This is similar to present continuous with the same adverbs. Yes, if you remember, present continuous we use with always and constantly show an irritating situation. The same here, okay, but this time showing a past irritating situation. All right, moving on, we're going to talk about past perfect simple. Yes, we use past perfect simple first of all to talk about an action that happened before another past action or before a specific time in the past. All right. Um, so we can have something like we couldn't get a table because we had not booked in advance. Okay, so this had not booked. What was before couldn't get. Or I can simply have a specific time in the past, like in the second sentence. I had never been in the mountains before last January. Yeah, so last January is a specific time in the past. And the second use of this tense, in this case, is very similar to present perfect simple with for and since. Okay, we use it with non-action verbs to show the duration of something that started in the past and continued up to a specific time in the past, right? Let's have one quick look at one of the examples here. Um, she had had the scooter for 10 years before she bought a car. Yes? So this past perfect simple is used to talk about a situation that took place for a specific period of time, yes, until something else happened. All the actions are past. And notice that in this case we tend to use for, okay, because if we talk about duration, we must use this for or before, okay, for 10 years or before a specific moment. Here below, we've got adverbs that we can use with this tense. As you can see, they are very similar to the adverbs that we use with present perfect simple. Yeah. And we move on to past perfect continuous or progressive. Again, only with action verbs. We use it to talk about an action that started in the past and continued to a point in the past. Continued like repeated, yes, or didn't stop, yes, like they had been waiting for an hour before we arrived. Again, we see this for is what we had before here with past perfect simple, yeah, here, but this time with action verbs, yeah, to show duration. Okay, and the reason for a result in the past, the reason why something happened later. Yeah, Peter was tired because he had been working for more than 18 hours. So he was tired, and the reason for that is that he had been working. All right. Okay. As a quick bonus here, we are going to talk about used to. Yes. And would. We're going to start with used to. Used to means solía. The only translation for used to is solía. You cannot use it to express present tense or any other tense, but past. Okay? So we use it for states or actions that were true in the past but not anymore. So something that you used to do, used to have, yes, but not anymore. And for past habits and routines. Yes, we can use this structure to talk about habits and routines. You can also use past simple to talk about habits and routines. Yeah, so it's up to you. And would. This would be the last thing we're going to talk about today. Would is very similar to used to. Actually, it has the same meaning. Okay, the meaning is solía. The only difference is that we only use it with action verbs. So we have the same uses, we even have almost the same sentences, but only with action verbs. We can't say, for example, we would have uh, a grumpy cat. No, yeah, because the verb have is non-action. But we can say we would go to school here. Yeah, you can say we used to go to school here, or we would go to school here. Okay, so that is all for today. Um, If you've got any questions, as you know, you can leave them below in the comments or you can ask me in class. Have a good day, everybody.